I'd love to hear maybe a little bit of your insights of treating in Uganda. I mean, that sounds like a totally foreign concept to my career and my approach. But let's end on a high note. What were the best things, and what'd you learn about treating in Uganda that people might want to hear? By the way, are there organizations that do this? If somebody listening has a medical license, are there known organizations like the Doctors Without Border type that you can go and do care?
Question. I'm with Toronto, so I'm the musculoskeletal lead for a Toronto-based organization called Bridge to Health. And basically the Canadian version of Doctors Without Borders, in the sense of that we will go primarily in East Africa, and you will bring, infectious disease docs, emergency docs, just blah, 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 set up in completely rural or desolate areas, treat until the rains come, there is no more light, or you might feel threatened, and then you go. So Bridge to Health, we're always looking for volunteers. And Josh, how do I put it this way, man? I love to tell this story. I've never been camping. I never went camping. Before I went my first time, I don't think I was even off the continent. And all of a sudden now I am literally in like a third world country, rural area. And your threshold, one of the things I found was you quickly discover your barriers within yourself, and you quickly discover where your thresholds are. So just as a testament to be like, okay, this is where I am. But where I also found was it doesn't matter where you are, you could really bring a lot of help to a lot of people. And the amount of gratefulness coming back, my first patient that I treated when I was back in Canada 5 years ago from after my first trip to Uganda was a social media influencer where her half hours out of the day, she had to swipe right. So she ended up getting some issues with her thumb. And I'm just like, Josh, I'm not, dude. I'm like, it was just one of those things where, wow, I'm treating someone in Uganda who's never let alone like any medical care. They have
like electricity would be a leap.
We're talking about where we were treating. One of the areas we treated, we called it the spooky haunted house because there were holes in the brick wall. That was the only way to get light. Literally, that was the only way to get light in there. And then you're back and you're like, okay, your thumb hurts because you're scrolling for 4.5 hours, right? So
Yeah.
I get this. You will quickly discover your own boundaries. You'll discover you can do so much with so little. And there's tremendous amount of people out there who will be so grateful for the little bit that you can do. And it's a heartwarming, soul-affirming thing. So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. How many like tours or mission trips have you done there in Uganda?
I've done 2 so far. We're setting up right now. I have a conversation tomorrow where it looks like we'll be planning for my next round in November. February, I'm going back again, and it looks like I'll be also going to Rwanda as well.
And how long do they typically last when you go?
Good question. It's about 2 to 3 weeks, but including travel time. So just to get to where I was in Uganda in February took about 8 hours one way. And then you got to come back. So that's the other thing too. It's a tremendous amount of trust. Someone's like, oh yeah, you're going to be in a plane, we got to go to Vegas, which is what, I don't know, like 6 hours. Yeah, it's okay. One of my shortest trips were 17.5 hours on a flight, right? So it's just things where it's a
Well, the other thing, it reminds you, I'm sure too, of what conveniences you've forgotten were convenience. Like if I say, hey, let's meet on the Las Vegas Strip, and I get there, I can text you and be like, hey, Marco, where are you? And you're like, oh, I'm at whatever. I don't know if you had text messaging, but even then, like, how do you even describe to where you are? Like, oh, I'm here. Well, I'm seeing the same thing, and you could be 100 miles away from each other, right? And it's just, and that's if there is text messaging. Imagine there's not, and what do you do then?
Yeah, and how many places were we in where there was no electricity? Like literally, we treat until it starts raining or it gets dark because you got to get back to your place before it gets really dark because there is no electricity.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Trust Driven Insights, brought to you by TrustDrivenCare. Imagine a world where all your patient communication is in one place, seamless, effortless, and on autopilot. That's the power of TrustDrivenCare. If you're ready to streamline your practice, check out TrustDrivenCare.com and see what's possible. Trust Driven Insights, real conversations, smarter care, stronger business.